What's up, Nintendo gamers? The Kid here with Road to E3 Nintendo Part 2. Yeah, this is Part 2 because it's Week 2. So, yeah, I do this every week of May and a little bit into June. So, I said I was going to talk about the 3DS, so we'll talk about the 3DS. But one thing I want to talk about, recent news that actually came out today, is the whole NFP or Nintendo Figurine Platform that they're going to be coming out with soon. Now, Iwata just released a statement talking about and directly referencing Disney Infinity and Skylanders, but they want to take a different approach. Instead of actually making a dedicated software or game for these figurines, they said that they're going to take a different route and not make a game just for these figurines. Now, if we looked at the kind of graph that they had of what they're going to do, you can see right now where it says like game A, game B, game C. Now, what they say, well, Iwata specifically said that they've been making these figurines since last year, or they've been in development for a while. So what I think, and one of my subscribers actually said this, I believe it was Chozo Emissary or one of them, but I believe so, but said that maybe Nintendo is just going to have figurines as basically DLC for games where you can, or already like established games such as like Mario Kart 8 or Super Mario 3D World, and you can use these figures to maybe get some new content and a new character in these games. If that happens, I think that would be a huge missed opportunity to make like a Nintendo type of Disney Infinity or Skylanders, but also it would be pretty cool at the same time to have that type of DLC, I guess. Basically, that's what it'll be, but they definitely can't get away with selling like $15 figurines just for a character to be in the game. They definitely have to use it as like some type of like DLC downloadable content pack that comes packed in with a bunch of other things, because $15 for a figure and no extra content just to put in a game that you already spent $60 on, it just, that would be ludicrous, and it would completely fall through the roof if they tried to do that, because people aren't stupid and no one wants to be swindled that way. So if they do that, I mean, that's fine. I mean, it looks like they might be possibly doing that because, like I said, at this kind of demonstration that they had, you can see definitely new Super Mario Brothers U. You can see Super Mario 3D World and another game that's already been out and established on the Wii U. So possibly, I guess they're doing this, and we're definitely going to hear more. Iwata definitely said that we're going to hear more at E3, so I'm excited for that. And you know, the 3DS is going to have this too, so that'll be interesting to have like this kind of downloadable content for the 3DS. But anyway, let's move on to the 3DS, because that subject I already been on, you know, about the NFP. So if you guys want to see a video of that I put up, I'll have a link in the description to that, so you guys can hear my full thoughts and ideas and speculation on that. So the 3DS kind of has like a clean slate right now. A lot of major releases came out quite recently, you know, Kirby and all these other great games, and right now I believe the only big release that's really known about is Tomodachi, and that's coming out very soon, or I'm not sure if it's out already, but pretty much the 3DS doesn't have much that Nintendo fans will actually be interested in. It has a lot of like childware, and while I'm not saying shovelware, I say childware because it's for, you know, children and stuff, like from different shows and stuff. So it has a lot of childware on it, not like Nintendo or other third-party focused games that the average Nintendo consumer will be interested in. So I think this is going to be like the E3 that pretty much drops a lot of bombs that's coming on the 3DS very soon, including maybe new IPs from third parties or maybe from Nintendo. And yeah, so there's really not much I can say about 3DS because there's nothing, not much that's been hinted at that's coming out for the 3DS, and no recent Nintendo Direct. So I don't really know what to expect, but a lot of people say, you know, someone asked me in my last Road to E3 video, do you think Nintendo will release Majora's Mask 3D? I definitely can see that happening, definitely, because it has a huge fan demand since The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D came out, and even Eiji Aonuma has said that, you know, he likes the idea, you know, he's even mentioned it. So I think that's a huge possibility that we do see that on the 3DS. That would be a great opportunity for actually me to play Majora's Mask, even though I don't have a 3DS right now, but to see like a revamped version of it, because I've never really played Majora's Mask and I didn't really like it when I did play just a little bit. I know I just contradicted myself by saying I never really played it, but I played it, but I didn't finish it. I don't even think I got to the first dungeon, if there is any, because I just didn't like being on a timer, and it felt like everything was just not at my own pace, and I just didn't like it. You know, it would be a cool option if they put in Majora's Mask 3D to have where you're not on a timer and you can take your dear sweet time. That would be excellent. I would like that, but as far as having a time limit and rushing me and stuff, I really didn't like that, so I just dropped it and never finished it, and thus never played it since like the early 2000s. So I definitely can see us getting a Majora's Mask 3D. As far as another game and series I'm going to be talking about right now, because a lot of people were wondering, Nintendo has already said they're working on a new Super Mario game. So the big question is, will it be on Wii U or will it be on the 3DS? And to my surprise, a lot of people, or a lot of Nintendo fans that I've seen say on NeoGAF, GameFAQs, different sites that I visit, forum sites, really don't want it on the 3DS. They want it on the Wii U. So there was all this, you know, babbling and stuff and examinations of Super Mario 3D Worlds that a lot of Mario fans had, or the minority of Mario fans had, that Super Mario 3D World wasn't a true Super Mario 3D game and stuff, and they wanted something more akin to Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. They want to be more open and be more adventure based and mission and objective based like those ones were. So I think that Nintendo might deliver that this time around. They might deliver that, you know, because they definitely heard fans' outcries. People have been wanting that for a long time, and, you know, I can't wait, you know, to see what they come up with. But I adored Super Mario 3D World, so I wouldn't actually mind if we got like a sequel to that. So yeah, that's just me. But as far as the new Super Mario, I do want it on the Wii U. I mean, it would be cool if there was like this, you know, two versions like Super Smash Brothers, where there's a one on the Wii U and one of the same game on the 3DS. That would be nice, and both interact or does something with together if you have both. You know, that would be very nice. I think that would be very cool, and especially if it's going to use like this NFP technology that Nintendo is going to be going into, that would be very nice. I would like that. That would be a huge surprise. But as far as ideas for the next Super Mario, the 3D Mario, or it could possibly be 2D, I have none, because so far Nintendo has completely blown me away when it comes to creativity in these games. And I just really don't know what to expect anymore with them. As far as like, if it's a mission and adventure based game like Super Mario 64 and Galaxy and stuff, I would like them to do something like with maybe like time travel or something. You know, remember Mario's time machine? I would like them to go back to that whole time concept and do something with that. I think that would be very interesting, and maybe Mario can have another tool that allows him to travel, you know, from the future to the past and to the present in each level to solve puzzles and platforming puzzles and all that good stuff to get, you know, the gold star or whatever. So that's what I think about Mario, as far as a 3D Mario coming to the Wii or 3DS. That would be very cool. And again, there's other titles I didn't talk about in my last Road to E3 video, and that is I cannot pronounce it. I'm going to try, but I'm going to butcher it. Shigemami Tensei. I know I butchered it. Crossfire Emblems. This is a title we've literally only seen a teaser of and nothing else. Not a peep of a word from this game. And we all know that recently, not too long ago, Sega purchased Atlus, which Nintendo was in collaboration with for this game. So some assume maybe because of that it's canceled, and others assume that it's not canceled, but it's been put on basically a full stop in development because of it. Nintendo just listed that it's still definitely in development. It doesn't have a release date. It doesn't look like it's coming out this year, but it's definitely still in development in their lineup they released recently. So I definitely can see it still coming out, but not this year. I do believe that it's still in development, but you know, after Atlus was purchased by Sega, that it kind of like maybe pulled all stops because of that in the development, but it's still very much coming out, just not when we thought it was. But if that didn't happen with Atlus, all that, you know, financially and stuff with Atlus and Sega buying them, it probably would have came out this year, or maybe we would have heard way more news than we have right now. So I definitely can't wait for that. I haven't really played that many Fire Emblems games, but they're pretty fun. I haven't played Fire Emblems Awakening or anything, but I'm definitely interested in that. I've definitely never played the Atlus game Shigemami Tensei. I know I'm just ruining the name, guys. Please bear with me. It's hard, you know. It's hard pronouncing these Japanese names, but I definitely never played that type of game, so I have no idea what to expect with it. But I'm definitely willing to try it out. And you know, as far as new IPs, can Nintendo come out with a new IP? I mean, we know Miyamoto has been working on a game, and it seems that the NFP, the Nintendo Figurine Platform, doesn't seem to be his game, since they directly, or Iwata directly says that they're not focusing on software specifically for that feature. So will we finally see what Miyamoto was working on? Is it going to be like an eShop game, like I kind of think it is going to be? I really do think whatever Miyamoto is working on, since it's said to be such a small project, that it's going to be like, you know, eShop related, eShop exclusive, not, you know, full retail $60, you know, big budget game, AAA game. I think it's going to be like some type of eShop game. But will we see that at E3? Maybe. maybe not, or maybe we'll get a glimpse. That's all I know. And as far as the new 3D Mario, I don't even expect to get a glimpse of that. I expect to get a mention and maybe like a teaser logo, but definitely not a trailer or anything, unless they've been working on this Mario for quite a while. I don't expect it. So yeah, those are the things that really I haven't gotten to and that I want to talk about. But again, I still have a little bit time left to talk. So what do you guys really want to see at E3? What do you guys want Nintendo to definitely do at E3 and show off? As far as new games, now one thing that seems like it's been pretty much a no-brainer is, why not Nintendo release a console version of a Pokemon game? I mean, for some reason the past ones have been kind of bad, or for some reason, but I think Nintendo, if they just come out with a game full HD, beautiful, with a great art style with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, and put it on the Wii U, I think they can push the Wii U way more than they could with Mario or Zelda, definitely. Even Smash Brothers, because Pokemon is quite huge. And, you know, people have been asking for it for a while. Why don't they deliver? Does Nintendo think personally that it's more of a handheld type of game? Do they just want it on that? I don't get it. I've realized that a lot of Pokemon fans have said that the console versions of Pokemon games have been lackluster compared to the handheld versions, but it's been a while since then, and I definitely think Nintendo and Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have learned from their mistakes from those games, and I think they should try it. I mean, I would definitely buy a Pokemon game on, you know, the Wii U. The only reason why, even though I really like Pokemon and I have played the games, I had Diamond and Pearl, and that was the last games I had. The only thing that I don't like about Pokemon, and I know I'm probably going to offend a lot of Pokemon fans, but a lot of the times Pokemon games kind of feel like the same things with new characters, new Pokemon to play. And, you know, with the battle system, and it's just sprites just moving, you know, in these static ways to attack, it really just doesn't capture me as much. But definitely what Pokemon X and Y has done, you know, with the whole, you know, 3D now and having better animations and more attack animations, that's the breath of fresh air that I want to see in Pokemon, you know, instead of it just being these sprites and, you know, it's not being in 3D yet, and that stuff was getting a little old for me. But X and Y definitely changed that, and that's something that I feel that I can get into a Pokemon game like that, because it's trying to do things differently with its design in general when it comes to 3D and the look and feel. So yeah, you know, a lot of people, you know, with the NFP and stuff might be disappointed that Nintendo is not making a dedicated game for that, but you know, we'll see what Nintendo does. We'll definitely see. They said at E3 they'll mention it or talk about it, so hopefully we hear some very interesting and surprising news about this. So guys, that's it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 next week. I'll be talking about more. I don't exactly know what I'm going to be talking about then, but definitely maybe Sonic Boom and other games, maybe third parties coming to the Wii U possibly in the future. So guys, that's it for this Road to E3 video. I'll see you guys next video. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these, and update news videos for upcoming Nintendo games. See you guys next time.